Hello gainers, I'm Ralphie and welcome to my channel called Fitter Philosophy, and my channel is about stoic experience-based philosophical stuff, not in an academic context but in just the practical observations in real life. And that is what we're living, each and every one of us, in the real world, whether we accept it or choose to deny it. We are living life. This is why we're here. This is the purpose of life, making that journey to live it, to experience, to grow as psychic entities contained temporarily in this shell, this casing that we carry, that's been imposed upon us. We don't get much choice in it, although we can make some modifications if we choose. But really back to the main subject here, and that is how to make the most out of life. How do we do that? And we start at the beginning, start with the basics. To get the most out of life, we need to be courageous and observant. Whatever our circumstances, wherever we are, whatever the provenance of our situation, whether we are born with advantage and wealth and opportunity, which is the situation for a very small minority of humans on this planet, or whether we are stuck in circumstances not of our choosing, and then we have to do our very best over time to either adapt to these circumstances or, even better, modify these circumstances to suit our own expectations, aspirations and ambitions. Because in having aspirations, expectations and ambitions, we are admitting to ourselves passively that we want more out of life, and that is a very good thing. The more we develop ourselves as individuals, the more we are developing people around us who are either acutely or passively influenced by our presence and are either inspired by it positively or negatively. It's good to have ambitions in life. It's good to reach out, depending on our circumstances, and make the most of opportunities that present themselves so that we grow as individuals and that we gain a little bit more wealth of knowledge, information, money and health, to make the most of the opportunities that present themselves to us. My recommendation to you is not to get sucked into the normality of the human condition. When we are young, we are groomed at school and in society to fit in. I recommend that you don't fit in, because people who fit in rarely stand out, and it is the people that stand out that change society, that inspire us, that lift us, that motivate us, that assist us, either directly or indirectly, personally or impersonally. They assist us in achieving our higher selves, in getting more out of life. And we can do it softly and subtly, through reading books, through art, through music, through being aware of the quality of music and art. Or we can do it aggressively by deciding to excel at a single sport, either to professional standard or Olympic standard or both. Those who reach out are always closer to their objective, always. So what's my final advice to you? Because this is a kind of short, punchy video, just to remind you that there's a difference between existing and living. And one of the primary differences is that people who are living tend to be developing, growing, making opportunity, seizing opportunity within their own context, on their own terms and conditions, and achieving more in life. Meanwhile, those who are existing are passive, inert, they're weak, they're consuming usually ill health is what they're consuming. They're lazy, The lazy body is the lazy mind. The lazy mind creates the lazy body, and it's a lazy life, and it has very little to show for itself except succumbing to weakness. And we have plenty of people around us to inspire that and to inspire us in that direction. In fact, I'll go further. It's really good to look as much and spend as much time looking at the people who don't inspire us as it is looking at the people who do and can inspire us. We have our heroes, we have our people that we look up to, the great creators, the original thinkers, in sports, in music, in philosophy, in writing, in all the arts and sciences. But it's also useful to look at weak people with failed lives and just see how much these individuals have betrayed themselves. And then as we look on and observe them, we look to understand why. Is it really their fault, or have they been imposed in early in life in some way with their circumstances that really screwed them up? You know, it's easy to judge, but if we are going to judge, we really need to know the circumstances before we make judgment, so that our judgments may be wiser, more rounded, and more meaningful. And there you have it, a little bit of fitter philosophy. I'm Ralphie, hope you've enjoyed this. We'll see you soon.